Rise Above. The private performance of Rise Above. I may have spun that every day since we filmed that. I love that song.
Wow.
It,
That's a 10-year-old song, man. That's really cool. Thank you.
and what's funny is like when Josh was in here, he's like, "Were you doing that at J-Bo's back in the day?"
No, I wasn't doing it that long ago. That
Oh,
song
okay.
was like 2014, 15, 16. It was probably released in 2016. But yeah, it's a good tune, man. It's fun.
It's got like
It's
that superstitious, like that bump that I really love. That little bop.
definitely got that like Stevie shuffle,
Yeah.
if you want to call it that. Um, and I wrote it just because of that. It was completely inspired by Stevie and Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Two songs in particular, and it was an interesting time in my life. The lyrics came from an interesting place. It seems like they keep coming back. You know,
Like we were talking about before we started filming, history just starts repeating itself. Then it goes through a
man.
cycle.
I it's funny. I I have such a forward mentality that I don't really think too often
Yeah.
about whatever happened in the past between me and some other people. But anyway, I digress.
What So what was your oldest song that you wrote then? When did you start? When did you start actually writing?
I remember the first time I wrote some poetic, it was poetry, but it was lyrics.
Hmm.
And I was actually outside the principal's office in detention in Christian school, a school called Christian Hills in Orland Park, Illinois. Tinley Park, Illinois. It's in that area. Anyway, south suburbs of Chicago. And yeah, I just wrote about it, how pissed I was that I was the one that got in trouble that day. It was, I can't remember exactly how it went, but my mom said, "Oh, Ezra,
Now were
you
you
wrote that in detention?" I
now were
said,
you
"Yeah."
playing music then?
No,
Oh, so okay, so you
I
had
was
the
singing,
okay.
but I wasn't playing an instrument. I had just kind of quit piano lessons a few years previous,
Uh-huh.
and I was just singing. I think I had a vocal teacher at that time, and right around that time, I had done, maybe my first vocal recital.
Hmm.
So this was age, you know, 10 to 12, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been writing since I was 15. There's an album floating around on the internet. I'm not going to give you the address. It's a band called the Jacob Stone. I remember recording this album in the basement of a music store called Sounds Incredible in New Martinsville, West Virginia in 1995.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of songs on there about feeling like an outsider and feeling, being an observer and having these, young, kind of halfway angsty feelings. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, so it's just something I've been doing my entire life, as far as I can remember, um but yeah, there are some old songs, some new songs, some brand new songs. I got a bunch of stuff. I've got a way to deliver stuff just by myself too
Hmm.
now, original songs, and so that's my plan.
So that set that you came in here and played, was that all from the same era? Or was that just
All different.
yeah.
Yeah, some of those songs were 2022, some of them were 2025, some of them were 2016. um, and it's mostly because I've never had like an official like release of stuff.
Hmm.
So the way that I really plan on giving it out is just creating an archive on my website
Yeah.
of music that I've recorded over different bands, different people, the last 30 some odd years now, and creating that archive so that people can go listen to whatever they want to listen to.
Hmm.
You know what I
That's
mean? I'm
that's the
not
way to
worried
do
about
it.
counting streams on any DSP.
Yeah.
any digital promotional websites. I'm not worried about signing my art away
Yep.
to feed the AI machine.
Exactly.
I don't care about that. If you guys are interested in listening, it'll be on my website.
Yeah, he's like, what's more effective, like a million views or somebody going down a rabbit hole on your website and
Right.
figuring out everything about you and then wanting to buy products, buy merch? I mean,
Right, exactly. That's the whole thing. Is like I kind of just as I've gotten older, I've realized that like having my own little world online is ideal for me,
hmm
and I don't really care about what the crowd is doing. I
yeah,
kind of never have. Um, I'm gonna do, what I feel in my heart to do, and that is to share my music with folks that haven't heard it or that are interested.
hmm
Right.
And the thing is too, it's like everybody's just using these views as like the metrics. There's so many ways to boost your numbers now. There's so many ways to look like your reach is incredible, but then like you'll have somebody with like 100,000 views on Spotify. They go into a club and they don't bring anybody, and they're like, it's the difference
Right.
between organic and just following that.
Well, it's the thing, man. It's the simulacrum versus the material. You know what I mean? Like and I don't really know how to go too much deeper into that, but I do know that there's this thing about online that I've seen in some scenes, some music scenes that I've been a part of. Like, why are we competing over something that nobody wants?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, we want the recognition for our art, but we don't want to be the jester,
yeah.
right? You know what I mean? It's not jester stuff.
hmm
So,
it really it seems like, man, it seems like the younger people in the scene, like I don't know, it's like they follow this algorithm where you have to be a jester almost. They're putting these like reels out that they're just like comedy skits.
right.
And I'm thinking like, does this help you in the long run when people look at your product like in the
Hey,
overall?
listen, man, I find plenty of entertainment
hmm
in the music world on Reels, and I ain't mad about none of it
Yeah.
because it's entertaining,
Yeah.
right? But rarely do I find something that provokes me
hmm
to an emotional response other than he ha ha ha,
Yeah,
or
okay.
oh
Yeah.
wow,
hmm
that's some crazy stuff that they did, right? And I'm a person
Yeah.
who is, especially in my art, what I'm looking at, I am looking for a provocative emotional response when I look at art. So I want to see art
Yeah.
and culture,
hmm
right? And I like to tie those things to history and see where things I like to connect the dots,
Yeah.
right? That's a weird thing that a lot of people don't like to do, but that's something that I like to do. So I am trying to create something that I would enjoy, an
Yeah.
artist that I just got onto because they have a cool voice or a cool style or whatever.
Mm.
I'm trying to create something that I would go and see, be
Yeah.
a part of, observe.
hmm
And I think that's important just because I'm getting older and, you know, there's less, I guess, chase
Yeah.
of things. There's so many things, cool things that I've got to do, so many experiences that I'm grateful for. And I keep having them. And that is something that I'm grateful for. So, right now it's really just about, okay, hey, let's put this out there and
Right.
see who wants to listen.
And I'm sure that's a big reason too. When somebody mentions like, "Hey, so and so said they don't like you," it's like, okay,
Right.
it's like it's just it's that forward thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's fair. I get it. Cool. We're good.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to entertain any
Yeah.
kind of any kind of competition over eyeballs, man. That doesn't
Yeah.
that doesn't really that doesn't thrill me at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't thrill me at all, man.
the
Not a thrill.
the famine mentality in music is crazy.
Well, the thing about it is they've taken away some of the things that I got to experience as a young musician,
hmm
right? They've taken a lot of that away. Like you just had to go out and show. You
Yeah.
didn't have a million takes. You
hmm
didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to either nail it,
Yeah.
you had to be prepared, and a lot of that preparation was mental,
hmm
right? Um, and so the mental game is lost, right?
Yeah.
Um, and also the the idea that there's like a there's like a springboard of time that you can spend online, like crafting your thing, and then you can go out and put that on stage. To me, is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I crafted in private as a little boy to get this song down and then go to a recital.
Yeah.
And I remember the feeling of the sweat in my eyes as I shook,
Yeah.
scared at 9 years old,
Hmm.
um, singing this song in front of like a bunch of adults, man, in the 80s, in the 90s, early 90s. Like there was something to that experience.
Was that the first one?
That was the very
Very
first
first
one,
one.
very first time in front of people. And then I was about 15, about 6 years later, when I was here in the Ohio Valley in New Martinsville, and Rob Parsons put me on stage playing bongos and singing backup for his band, the Hillbillies from Hell.
Okay.
And then that was a completely different thing. Like, I'm 15.
Yeah.
I'm being snuck into bars.
Right.
I'm on stage with a bunch of dudes doing, just being, you know, a kid. And they let me do that. And that was super cool because it gave me a lot of experience very young,
Hmm.
very, very young. Like now, where people pick up the camera in their bedroom, I was on stage at
Yeah.
that time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yes.
so there's something to that.
I was just talking to somebody the other day of how just people are getting less and less reps doing the same set list. They don't even know, like they don't even have the reactions to even like curate their
Right.
set list now. Like there's with like a lot of it's country music too. Like they know the songs that everybody's going to request, that they're going to make their set list out of that, and then if they're only playing once every 6 months, they don't even know if they can throw in a deep cut that works or not. And
Right.
you really have to cut your teeth, or every act is going to be the same just by assumption.
Right.
Then
And that's one thing I'm chasing right now in my private time, in my practice time at my house, is that I have all these original songs and I want to be able to present them on whatever feeling that I'm having that night.
yeah,
Right. So it's a lot of trial and error, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I set my stuff up like I'm playing a gig in my living room,
hmm,
and it's the same setup that I take to my solo gigs now that I book. So I have different things that I do. I have a thing that I do for a booking agency out of Vegas,
okay,
in Pittsburgh, and in Buffalo and New York. And that those gigs, I don't really advertise those gigs. They are
hmm.
at they're at restaurants, and
I had the
that's,
same way.
you know what
I
I
have my
mean?
little circle. I'm not
And
telling you
that's those
about.
are my
Yeah,
paychecks,
yep,
and that's what
exactly.
that's for. And
Hmm.
it's a good time, and I do meet people. There are people who are interested in hearing what I have to say, and that's cool when I meet those people. But when I don't, I'm not out there trying to grab fans. I'm a part of the
Exactly.
I'm a
Yeah.
part of the scene,
Hmm.
right? That's
Yeah.
happening in this restaurant where they're
Hmm.
eating. Um, so when I get to do something by myself, like I'm doing a Tacoholics this Friday,
Okay.
excuse me, Taqueria 304 this
And
Friday.
I'll cut that right in.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
Um, it's
Taqueria
my
304, you
entire
said?
it's my entire setup. June 19th, Friday 8 to 11. Friday 8 to 11, June 19th at Taqueria
He said June
304.
19th, 8 to 11.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so my entire setup is my loop rig plus all of these background tracks.
The toys that you had in here, I think the second time
Yes,
we recorded. Yeah.
yeah. Plus all of my background tracks from the restaurant. So I can literally do whatever the hell I want to do.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it makes me feel good to be able to present in a 3 hour setting lo-fi backbeat music,
Yeah.
right? And like, you know, what kind of just whatever comes out of my head in the moment. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking to do, and tie that all of that in with my original music presentation. So you might hear a song that's on my website that's different when you hear it live. That's just the way it's going to be because that's how I feel that night, right?
Hmm.
What I want to do is bring back the moment in music. That's the thing that I get high off of,
Yeah.
right? So that's where I want to keep it. Like, what are we doing in this moment where we're all in the room together? Maybe that's the like church boy in me
Hmm.
that kind of wants to guide this, this whole moment, section of time that we're
Yeah.
spending in a room together.
I always I always gauge music by albums in that regard because it's like you can take a band with a 20-year discography. I go by albums because you go with that lineup in that setting with that mood with their mindset at that time. And
Right.
if you go back to the older bands like say Zeppelin, they're basically jam bands because none of those takes are the same.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It all had to do with how they were feeling that day,
Mm.
you know. And there's just something to that, man. It's the magic for me, man. It
Yeah.
really is.
And we got to capture a lot of that magic in here, like in between the different takes, all the banter and stuff. It was refreshing seeing a band do that when you see in this industry, it's just like everybody's making the beats on say Suno, then bringing people in to do post production real fast in an hour, and then get out. Everybody does their own individual tracks real fast. They're out, and that's it.
Right.
It really takes away that human actual music element of it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, and yeah. Uh, Enough about computers. I don't think that they're I think that there are purposes that they can serve,
Hmm.
but they can't be the reason why it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't,
Yeah.
there's just certain things about, I don't know.
What's crazy too is like the excessive like AI usage. It's funny. It's like even in the excessive AI usage I see, it's very lazy because you could learn how to prompt something and make it look different than every single flyer going around, but they don't. Nobody takes the time to even like try to differentiate it. Just type
Right.
it out and
Yeah.
it goes in.
Yeah, the template, man. The
Yeah.
template model.
Hmm.
I don't like templates.
No, and
I
that's
don't
it.
like drawing within the lines. I never have, man. I don't like
Exactly.
it.
What So we were talking before we started about I missed the whole era of like the J-Bows and the Office Lounge of Wheeling. What's like looking at the Wheeling scene now with like the Waterfront Hall doing their open mics and everything, but say kind of like opening back up. What are the differences like of back then? Obviously, like technology, everybody has their phones out and
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest difference. I think that the real difference is that we had a bigger footprint in the state.
mm,
So we would see, well, let me just give it up to J-Bo because that man worked to make a scene in Wheeling that had never been here before.
yeah,
Absolutely 100%. I I attest I was there for it.
hmm,
And dude, I saw bands from New Orleans. I saw bands from DC. I saw bands from Virginia. Dude, I saw so much music in that
that's
spot, dude.
crazy.
And you know what? It was a small bar,
Yeah,
and he gave it up
mm,
for the scene. We haven't had that again.
yeah.
That's all. We haven't had that again. But stay tuned because I've got some things in the works
There
again.
we go.
And it's gonna slam, and that's all I'm gonna say.
There we go.
Because that's one thing I have done is built networks outside different
Yeah.
cities. I know some people in the Cleveland area. I know some people in the Cincinnati area. I know some people in the Virginia area, Central Virginia area. I know some people in PA now, all over.
Mhm.
And I just want us to have a full and vibrant thing.
Yeah.
I have been attending Jam Night at Waterfront Hall, and it is good. Jan and those dudes are putting on a good show every Thursday.
Hmm.
Um, some things that I have suggested to them in private is the shortening of the sets so they can get more people through in a night, and also bringing in,
How long is the usual set if you want to come up there?
I think, up to 20 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, bro. I'm always like, hey, listen, I got a little bit to say. I love y'all. I'm gonna be in and out.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna make it fun,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna be out. I'm not gonna spend more than 11, 12 minutes up here.
Right, right.
Um, sometimes longer. Last time I think it was a little longer. Whatever. Don't judge me. Yeah, no, they're doing a good job, man. So shorter sets and also the featured artist. I think the featured artist is a brilliant thing to bring in people from other places
Yeah.
and weave them into our scene. It's necessary. You keep seeing the same faces all the time, guys. You get used to it, and then it becomes what is the saying? How does the saying go? Familiarity
Mm-hmm.
breeds contempt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the only thing that is going to really shake it up around here is to make it a place where people from outside want to venture to.
Yeah.
Musicians from outside want to venture to. And then they go back to their hometown and they talk about this cool little town. And that's how we get tourism
Mm-hmm.
popping on the musician side.
A cool little town where everybody's professional and they know the
Exactly.
yes.
See, so that's where it needs to come from to be able to go forward like it was forward.
Yeah.
In the 90s, I promise you it was a different place.
Yeah.
It was vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can describe it as a musician. It was vibrant.
Yeah. I got to miss. I get so jealous because I hear all, you hear all the stuff for like say my grandparents when they talk about like the big heyday with the Jamboree and stuff, but then you always hear stories of the decade of like the J-Bos, the Office Lounge where it was thriving. That
and listen, don't get me wrong. There are guys out there who will tell you about it. Dave Snyder is one of them. He will tell you about it. Mark Gorby is another one. He will tell you about it. There was a pipeline, right? There was a lot of opportunity up and down the valley.
Yeah.
Because people were just, there was just a lot more cross-pollination. That's the way I really need to put it. There was a pipeline to Pittsburgh. Different Engine used to play in Pittsburgh. Brett Kane used to play in Pittsburgh. I aspired to be like those guys.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing that thing. But what I'm telling everybody is that the way that it happens is by the cross-pollination.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know a lot of guys right now going out of town and doing gigs. We don't all talk about that.
Yeah.
That's not a topic of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of us are traveling now outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because familiarity breeds contempt. We need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to help with that.
I've been telling people too, it's like, because a lot of times if we're bringing in a lot of people, you'll see a show where it's like they'll line it up with like local and then they're just practically begging somebody like on their way from Columbus to Pittsburgh to come to Wheeling.
Right.
And I was telling them like, if I could offer my services in any way of just like videography, that way maybe Wheeling doesn't have the budget to bring it in, but if we could give you something of value that you can take from there,
Tell you what, man, a jam night with a featured artist from out of town that gets a 15-minute podcast and a meal on their way to another place is a lot of incentive in this digital model that we all have to work. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of incentive. So that's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to call you on.
That's all I'm going to say, man. I'm not giving it all away for free, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't. But I can give you what what I know is necessary.
No, that's... if thinking of a traveling artist, to think of like, this is what they offer me, because
do you know how many people I got texting me and messaging me saying, hey, I'm coming from Pittsburgh or going from Columbus, and they're like, is there anywhere in Wheeling to play?
Yeah.
How much can I say?
Mm-hmm.
I can give them some numbers and say, good luck. I don't know who's booking right now.
That's
I don't
a
know
thing.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We need better than that.
Yeah, it's really hard to talk to a person outside and think, okay, well, I have to cross off all these bars because they would have to go they have to go through another funnel to book there.
Yeah.
But
and I'm not even sure. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm not even sure that I want to do my thing in that particular way with a bar venue. Like, it's very easy these days to rent a venue.
Yeah.
It's very easy these days to find a bartender with a license.
Yeah.
Find a couple big dudes who are not butt heads and have yourself a party.
Yeah.
So like we got to start thinking outside of these boxes that we think we're in because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
No, that's not the way it is. It's the way it is now, and anything can change.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be a change in that way, and it's got to be a change in the marketing, because a lot of people it's 2019 marketing still, and that has to, if you want to get the Wheeling area to really, grow and cross-pollinate, if you look at any other city, I mean, every reel, every clip when they're talking about that scene is hashtag Austin, Texas. Hashtag, you don't see really like, obviously it's too small to do, like say man on the street every time. You can't go up to somebody random and be like, what's your body count? You're going to see them. You're going to see them next week. But there's definitely ways that, as a whole to like kind of push out.
Yeah.
And
there are a lot of people doing that too. There are a lot of people doing good work. I'm not complaining. Right. I'm watching what's going on.
We're minimizing, maximizing. That's what we're doing. Yeah,
exactly. I'm watching what's going on, and I know there are some passionate folks.
Oh yeah.
I am not putting anybody's thing down. All I'm saying is that to paint outside the lines might be a good idea to shake it up.
Yeah.
And just to see what happens when we shake it up. And I'm one of those types of people too. Mm-hmm. What happens when you shake up this Pepsi? I get mad at my kids now, but I used to do the same shit. So whatever.
Yeah, that is such that idea of offering like that 15-minute podcast in and out. I mean,
huge, man.
Yeah.
You get a couple clips of them playing with the crowd, like, them entertaining the crowd. It's huge.
Oh, yeah. Especially like before they'd be like, here, these are the 5 points I need to get out. These are the 5 shows I have coming up in the month. Can you help me out?
Right.
Like, yeah, sure. Do that. And then they're leaving Wheeling with all this content that they're not going to get unless they go find a studio and privately pay for it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll get a hold of you on. I might do a little mobile setup or something down there. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
See, they have the Thai restaurant going in there now.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I have a friend who's first generation American, Thai American, and he has he owns one restaurant in Charlottesville. His family has 2 restaurants in Charlottesville. Okay. I've been sending him the menus and the pricing for all these little spots that are popping up around here because
one of St. Clairsville's opening up too. I think. Yeah.
Because he does like it's authentic. Like I've had some like raw beef pate stuff from these places, like the stuff you get in Thailand. You know what I mean?
If you had to describe Thai food for somebody that eats only steak, egg, salmon, what would you?
Thai food is a flavor explosion. There's levels to the flavor. Now you have to enjoy flavor and you have to enjoy Asian food.
Mm-hmm.
But if you enjoy flavor and you enjoy Asian food, and if you like spice, right? But you don't have to like spice. They can make it not spicy, believe me. But there's depth of flavor there that you just can't get in many other cultural foods. There's a lot of Southeast Asian food that is a bunch of cultures melting pot mixed together, so the depth of flavor is just like it's an experience. If you like Asian food, you should eat Thai food.
If you had to recommend a Thai dish,
not pad Thai. And my buddy Jay Pun, he's gonna love that I said that. Not pad Thai. Pad Thai is like the burrito.
Okay.
It's like a totally American thing. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not totally an American thing, but it's very Americanized.
Americanized, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at a story of like the difference in like music scene from back in the day and now, and they were like, it made a lot of sense that everybody is so concerned about being put on a clip when they're out in public that nobody is just acting a fool. And I tell you what, that is such thinking about like.
Right.
I talk about Jamboree in the Hills and everybody thinks it was like a redneck fest, but I tell people like all the stuff that you saw on TV at Jamboree Hills, that was the pre-party for all the rock concerts that were going on like in the campgrounds. And I'm thinking about like those concerts and how you cannot recreate them today. Because if somebody would put the things that I saw on a phone, I'll tell you what, this is a true story. Old buddy Jack was playing at Valley View. Back in that time, I was consuming at Jamboree probably a 30-pack of Busch Light a day. Now I can't have 2 beers in my stomach's like we're dumping. But I just remember at this concert, and this is terrible because I'm a musician myself. I should be safe, but dude, I was so hammered, and in my beer cooler, I had 2 pounds of chipped ham and bread and like to make sandwiches. I was just making sandwiches this tall, launching them up in the air, and it was just raining down chipped ham. People were eating it, just loving it.
Oh, that's crazy.
And to think, I heard that story of like, yeah, people just can't get caught on camera. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Yeah, Surge Fest
Yeah.
'99.
Surge Fest 99.
Yeah, at Star Lake Amphitheater. It was the same thing, man. It was just pandemonium, dude.
Yeah.
You know, people being crazy.
What was your what was your most like pandemonious show, either like being in the audience or like kind of being on stage? You ever have any like crazy like stage accidents?
I've never, well, yeah, the Office Lounge 2 in the hotel, in the McClure Hotel.
So they had Office Lounge 2 in the McClure? Where
Yes.
was the
The original was across the street in the Elks Lodge.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And that was where I saw Adrian Niles for the first time.
Oh, really?
Hmm. Yeah. And I remember after the Bob Dylan concert in, what was that, 95?
Uh-huh.
There were like a bunch of flyers all over the street, and I picked up a flyer, and I saw Adrian Niles band on one of the flyers. I think it was a flyer for the Office Lounge.
Oh,
And a
really?
couple years later, yeah, I was hanging out in the Office Lounge
That's awesome.
watching Adrian.
When
Anyway,
When Adrian was in here, I asked him. I said, what does the music scene need to bring it back to the way it old?" He said, "Drugs."
so many hallucinogens back then, man.
Really?
Yes, it was very. I was actually talking to Adrian's bass player the other day, and we were talking about how it was just so much of that
Really?
excess. Yeah, there
See,
was so much excess.
when I started playing, let's see, I think 2012 when I really started gigging. Right at that time was when like Molly was just going everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw so many people just get wrecked off that stuff out jamming in the
See,
hills.
we didn't have anything. I mean, it was there. And
Probably
you
in a
could get
different
it.
name, and yeah.
No. We could get, yeah, we could do things like that back then. There was just a lot of LSD.
Really?
Like a lot. Yeah. Like a lot. It was wild. Anyway, that was a long time ago, and I
Yeah.
forgot the question.
Craziest stage mix app, or like nuts, crazy thing you've seen?
Yeah, one night there was this person that was trying to get at my guitar player, and I'm not naming any names because there's a few people who know this story, and like it got really aggressive, and we were in the middle of a song, and I kind of had to like shove this person off stage.
Oh man.
And I still feel bad about it, but in the moment it just felt like, man, this is getting really disruptive, and I'm trying to get through this song.
When everything requires you to be in a flow state and be natural, just anything like that to take you out of it, it's just such a priority in your mind,
Right.
I guess to say.
Right. Yeah, it's like chasing a train. Like you fell off and you got to like find a way to
Yeah.
get back up off the ground and run after that train and get back on it mentally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, most of the time that's why I got these on, because like I can see you and everything, but I'm not like, you don't want to see my eyes
That's
right now. Most of the time they're crossed
Mm-hmm.
when I'm playing music.
Yeah. Yeah,
or singing a note. They're crossed, so I wear shades because my eyes do crazy shit.
Yeah, and then
while I'm performing.
and I do the same thing because when they start taking pictures of you and you're like making sex faces,
Right,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It's wild. I don't really like that. So
No.
I hide my eyes, but that doesn't mean that I'm not watching the crowd. I do watch the crowd.
Oh yeah.
You know, people watching is a fun thing. That I do more of it when I do those cover gigs.
Yeah.
You know, with the background tracks in my guitar, because I'm on autopilot.
Right.
I've sung these songs hundreds of times, and I can have a whole dialogue running in my head while I'm performing these tunes. You know what I mean? So it's very fun to people watch.
Yeah.
Same thing with Radio Tokyo, because we use Ableton for tracks.
Okay.
And there's a person in my ear and a click track in my ear, and the person was telling me what is coming up next, and I played all those songs a lot over the last 5 years. Yeah.
Now that way that your show goes, that really translates well to the bigger stages, because we did that wine fest. And I was going to say that you did the same thing with the looper, and that was perfect. I mean, it wasn't a sit down gig, but it still worked.
Yeah.
I remember that was like 102 degrees in the humidity. That was terrible.
It was
so
hot,
terrible.
and I had
You had to leave real fast because you had a gig. I remember right after.
Well, one year I did both stages. I did the stage you did, plus the stage Radio Tokyo was doing, because I got booked by my booking agent to do the acoustic stage for Wine Fest. And then Radio Tokyo was booked for Wine Fest.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran back and forth.
Oh, man.
The entire day. And did the entire day just between the band, and then I would go back over, pick up my guitar, and start right back up.
I was going to say, how long was that collective?
That's 5 hours.
5 hours. Wow,
5 full hours
man, that is.
I was spent, but that was a good.
I was going to say, even your fingers after 3 hours are like, we're done. Yeah.
I was spent, but that was a good payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned that the effectiveness of finding gigs that pay the bills, because it happens more like when I'm interviewing younger people, but it's just like, we have to play the biggest shows that look the best on camera, or we'll refuse to do it. And I get it. If you're young, you want that brand and you're hungry and you're chasing it, but there's also money to be made. You don't have to have 30,000 streams on Spotify. Like,
Right.
I have these restaurants that I have a circle, like a little circuit of them, and the tips I get are better than if I try to do something big with a big crowd. Just most of the time, it's farmers that I worked with my whole life that have the most gas and oil money I've ever seen. They're just throwing 20s and 50s, like they don't care. They want to hear CCR, but
well, it's so here's the thing, man, is that there's an exchange of energy, regardless of how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm old school, so I prefer an in-person exchange of energy as opposed to, I'll exchange energy all day on my phone with other people and what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But personally, for me, it makes the most sense to do it that way. So I decided that I didn't, because I had worked day jobs all through my 20s and most of my 30s. I worked day jobs, right? And I played music when I could or at night, you know, and after I had kids, I didn't want to work day jobs. I wanted to hang out with my children and enjoy them, and not just be working a day job to pay for daycare so that I could still go out and have to gig at night.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to me. I was like, I can raise kids, man. I'm good with kids. You know what I mean? So that was what I did. And I changed diapers during the day while I was talking to, you know, booking agents and taking them to their doctors and dentist appointments while I'm like lining up gigs. And that to me was a job that I enjoyed, you know?
Yeah.
And that brought me, and then the money, you know, the money followed after. So I think that balance, man, you know what I mean? You can't run after anything too much. And also, what kind of exchange are you looking for when you put your energy out there?
Yeah.
Are you looking for the world to watch you through their phone? Or are you looking to like meet people and have meet space experiences that you can remember?
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
when you're on your deathbed. I don't know. Whatever is for you is for you. That's great. For me, I know what I want to do. I have a real good idea of how I want to do it. So I decided that taking these covers gigs was going to be how I would feed the 2 children that I have, right?
And still be able to see the memories, see the moments that
I wouldn't, dude. I'm 12 years in now. I wouldn't change any.
I'm exactly the same
one
way.
Decision, not one decision. I wouldn't change one.
Yeah.
Because I have a relationship with my children that I could have never had if I was a work by day dad. Upset that I wasn't doing my music, or be a work by day dad and then be out at night trying to make my none of that made sense to me. So I did what made sense. despite what everybody else tried to tell me what I was doing right or wrong. That's really what it comes down to.
I have the same exact thought, like the same exact mindset as you, and it was kind of easy for me because I was gigging, I think it was like 2012, almost every weekend day, so many weekdays up until COVID. And COVID was the perfect time because I had my daughter during COVID. It was the perfect like breaking point I needed to kind of reassess. And, you know, personally, I thought like the only metric that really matters to me now is time. And during that, we kind of like, I started the studio because I knew like if I can do something on the side of music that's still in the same industry, That's what I'm going to do. If it means I can stay home with my kids. And my wife said, I'm going to do the same thing. She went from working ER nurse to working from home, and we get to see every first step. We get to see
That's
everything,
amazing,
and you
man.
can't beat it.
You can't beat it. You really
Yeah.
can't. And so now my next move is to be more online on socials, just because now I want people to visit my website that is not done, but it will
Yeah.
be.
But you're putting more effort into social media in the right way of you're creating a world for people to go into. You're not having to do a rage bait post and make sure that you comment on every single person that reacted to it like you're actually
Yeah.
doing it the organic right way.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I won't do. I won't follow trends. I won't be making, you know what I mean? Like, not in the way that every time something new comes out, I'm going to be online do it. Like, I'm not going to, first of all, why?
Yeah.
I don't really, it's not an absolute necessary. It's not necessary for my peace of mind or
Right.
enjoyment of life, right? And second of all, because once again, like, I want to give you what I want to give you, and if you don't want it, you don't have to take it. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good. You enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, and I'm gonna enjoy doing what I want to do.
Right.
So yeah, I want to show you guys more. I've built a little home recording rig for filming, I guess. Right next to my little plant table with all my toys, and I put some of my rocks in there too, just to make it look kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Light a little incense. We'll have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I hope to do some live streams and some stuff like that too.
Oh, I'll be joining. I love that.
Yeah.
You're creating that world. You have that setting. I mean,
Yeah.
and you have the know-how to like you're actually getting it into the computer through a board. You know, you're not just playing like through your phone's audio.
Yeah, the cool thing is that the way that I have it set up, if I want to, I can multi-track and I can release.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
if there's anything that you hear that you love, I might just put it on my website so you can go listen to it or download it from my website.
Yeah, who knows? You could be like crafting something all live, and somebody you get a comment that said, "Hey, I'm a bass player. Let me jump on with you." You know, the sky's. I had one live when I was doing a try one with it. I was playing acoustic. I have it on video. I was playing it's a background song from The Legend of Zelda on Nintendo 64. I was just playing it's a flamenco guitar.
Oh yeah.
I hit this note or this sequence of notes, and it's the same sequence that starts out in this Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith, and I was able to transition from the Nintendo 64 to Aerosmith, and I just kind of like looked at the camera, my jaw dropped, you know, I got it on camera, and that's cool things because what's really nice is if somebody's watching you, they're doing content work for you because your fans can hit clip and it'll take the last 30 seconds and then it'll send it to your profile and you can use that as content.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, there's so many amazing tools that are out there that you can just.
And one of the most amazing thing is the video that you sent me 2 weeks ago that is basically saying that the algorithm's changing every day, but now it's going more towards if you're following trends, they have a decay. You know, if somebody catches on to a trend 2 weeks late and they throw on it, that might only have like a 10th or whatever distribution. And
then I've seen that in the things that have been getting suggested to me by Meta. I've seen that they're showing me less of the trend stuff and more of just the people doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like their random shit that they like to do, which is cool, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that the internet is getting more honest and more transparent.
Yeah.
Like into people. It's less of, you know, the first 5 years was 2017 to 2022 was a thrill ride, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was a thrill ride. There was a lot of crazy shit going on online, and there still is. And, you know, but now it just seems like people are migrating away from like the, you know.
What's funny, it's just all the trending. It's funny, it's like when you look, especially like during COVID, like there was trending of streaming of like video game streams and all this stuff. Like there was always a certain subject that was the best, but now it's real life streams are the number one thing. It's just when people are out on the street and people are following with the cameras, like, do we even need this anymore now? Can we just graduate from it? And
the things I get sucked into are like that on X.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or TikTok.
Especially Twitter before it was acquired. I mean, you could go on; it was basically Pornhub for a while.
I'm really glad that they've like calmed
Yeah,
that shit down.
yeah. And then they said, if you hear like the dead internet theory, where it was like, especially on Twitter back in the day, like you could it was like 99% bots.
I still not, it's weird because I think about that theory a lot.
Yeah.
What's weird is that I know a lot of the people that I end up watching are real,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I know they're getting some real comments because I see some of my friends commenting on their stuff.
Yeah.
But then, like, how much of it is actual people?
Yeah.
You know?
You see a popular post, you start scrolling, and the comments start being like 100 and the flex emoji, and it's like you're so awesome with a heart. And I'm like, is this how people actually like
Right.
communicate? I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not be botting up my videos either.
Yeah. Right.
I
Yeah.
don't care if it sits with one like and no comments. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
like that they were breaking down that Luke Bryan's latest song, that fish hunt, golf, drink, whatever. They were showing like the body comments, and
yeah.
it was like every comment going down that had 2 likes, like Luke Bryan's awesome. But then you would see an actual organic comment that had like 65,000 likes, and it says like this shit goes hard with the sound off or something like that, and you know who's you know who's real, who's fake.
Oh man, it's funny.
But I mean, at least we're lucky enough in this area where it's kind of behind enough to where like not every venue owner so just watching that just watching numbers, I guess Spotify numbers, Instagram numbers, like everybody else seems to think.
Yeah, yeah, that's a weird thing. But I mean, there's places in Pittsburgh that aren't doing that either. You
Really?
know what I mean? Yeah, Pittsburgh Winery. I know those the owners, both of the owners, well, and they've taken a bath on many a show just to have the music, just to support the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's awesome, man. And that can happen anywhere. You know what I mean? Not the take a bath part, but the like take a chance part.
Right, right, right.
That can happen anywhere.
So you mentioned when you wrote your first song, you didn't play music yet. When you're writing songs, is it always like that? You would do lyrics first and put the music, or is it both where you come up with like chord structure and then put words to it?
No, there was a long time where I would follow the melody
Okay.
um to the lyric. Uh I think after 45, I just decided that I didn't want to write that way anymore.
Mhm.
So took a year or so to, get my writing chops where I wanted them. And by writing chops, I mean the the absolute closest to the honesty of whatever it is that I'm feeling that I'm writing about. So right, so like not so much poetry, not so much colorful language, just enough to explain the point or expound on the point, but really just get down to how I feel. And there is one rapper MC in particular that is not to be named, but he is very famous and he's from Chicago and he's about my age and I don't know many other people who just say whatever the hell they're thinking in the moment over the beat, but he does,
Uh-huh.
and that's very cool. And there have been a wave now of other songwriters and um, musicians who are doing that same thing. Like it's very honest, very blatant, very forthcoming. Now, I love that, and I love to present that in my own way. So it took me a few years. So now I have a writing partner, John B,
Hmm.
and me and John B get together, and we get together around a theme, and then we have sort of what I would call like a uh, lyrical jam session,
Hmm.
right? So there is a pattern or maybe a beat if we get that far, but there's some sort of pattern, and we get a lyrical idea out that has a pattern to it, and then I take that lyrical pattern and I turn it into music,
Okay.
right? Um, which is more what I always felt was more the writer's way,
Hmm.
right? Like the classic songwriter's
Right,
way.
right.
And I didn't really know how to do that. He did, because he spent so many years in Nashville writing country music. So we got together and it just worked. And some of the songs that you've heard are some of those songs
Okay.
too. So, and then there's just times where it's like just a moment of all of those things that I was just talking about, where that is not from my own mental
Mm-hmm.
cognition, right?
Yeah.
It's just from the ether, and it comes in, and I got a moment to catch it. So if I'm around a guitar, I can try to do that. Or sometimes I'm on the drive home from a gig, I can try to like voice memo that thing,
Yeah.
right? And those are just seeds. I consider those seeds. And I got this from Rick Rubin. They go in the seed bank. And I visit the seed bank, right? Every once in a while. And I see what's there. I see what's grown and I see what's died on the vine. And I try to like to do some of that stuff. But that's not even an all the time occurrence. So like there's many, many ways that I've gotten to songs, right? After my divorce, I spit out an entire album. I had a lot to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of stuff on that album I don't play, because a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with the man that I am now.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? But those are songs that'll be on my website if you want to go listen to them or download them.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? That's so that's really what it comes down to, is like the music that I've made over the last 30 years. What really still pertains to my life? What really still feels like uplifting for people who want to hear something that, they can vibe to.
Yeah.
There's just all these little things that I kind of go through in my mind. And, I pattern my sets after that,
Mm-hmm.
And then I leave plenty of space for whatever to happen.
That's I love how you leave that bits of art still up, because the people, when they see your world, it's part of your story. It's not like what you're projecting now,
Right.
but they can still look back and
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly, man. That's the point. And it's really, honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't even have anything to do with people other than the two people that I helped create.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to have it.
Yeah.
Now,
are they getting into music? Do you see any of the seeds?
They're both musical, but they have other ideas, and I'm gonna let them do whatever they feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I had more of a. I know a lot of people have seen the Michael Jackson movie.
Mm-hmm.
My dad wasn't Joe Jackson. He was close.
All right.
He was close.
Okay.
So for me, the drive came from that time of my life, right? With my father, because now that's, my father passed away in 1997. So that's my connection to him,
mm-hmm.
because he always had an instrument around.
Yeah.
He was always talking about some music. He was always trying to put me onto some music,
Mm-hmm.
So, that's where my drive comes from, but I don't know where theirs comes from. And I'm not here to create that in anybody, right? That's not my job.
Yeah.
I'll foster it. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. Like, and I've told them that, but really the music is for them to have. The website is for them to have long after I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I plan on keeping it up for as long as I am alive and building some sort of thing in place to where it'll be there after I'm gone.
That the idea you had of the keychains, I wanted to do that with like episodes of that, just to have like a little key ring that they can look back on, like, wow, Dad just stuttered his way through all these years.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, what else is there for me now,
mm-hmm.
other than legacy for my kids? That's the question that is in my head a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really my why behind the whole thing. Man.
I had the same mindset of like, whatever they want to do, they're going to do. Whatever kind of music they like, they're going to like. But it was a tough pill to swallow when I said that, when they went from Dad's listening to Eric Clapton with Dad to Kelsey Ballerini with Mom, and I'm like, oh great, I lost him. The new Megan Maroney comes out. That's what we're listening to at the house now.
Right. Yeah, my kids love YouTube instrumentals. So many things. Or like, they get stuck on these little clip songs that are popular all over, like the songs they speed up and slow down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all the Oliver Tree stuff. Rip.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Oliver
in
Tree.
peace,
That was
Oliver Tree. That guy was great.
and
Crazy.
passed away in the craziest.
Yeah.
Uh, you know his last music video, he had two helicopters right next to each other, side by side.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. That's, it's just the conspiracy theorist in me wants to say a lot
I was gonna say,
more
don't go
about
down
that,
it.
but
Yeah.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole, man. I just think that it's a shame that he didn't get to live a full life,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm. And one of his last interviews I watched him too was explaining how he was going to start a foundation for musicians like all over the country to help out. But I mean, don't want to go into too far in conspiracies because I had Mr. Blakemore in here last month and I got banned on TikTok for like 3 days. I got banned on TikTok. It was less than 10 minutes since I put the clip up, and I was labeled a global conspiracy. So thank you, Blazemore.
Only as he could do.
Oh yeah,
Only as he could do.
only him.
Yeah, man.
He one time I had a show in Cleveland with him one time, and I still think he has it, but he has the it's like an old FBI surveillance van that he uses. It has like a bench with like the monitor bracket inside, and we were going from Cleveland back here. He gets us lost in the deepest ghetto of Cleveland. We were like driving through this neighborhood. I'm like, Josh, I think this is it. I think you just did us in, buddy. Oh man, it was so sketchy.
Oh man, that happened one time. We played the American Sign Museum. It's in Cincinnati, and that was hit play.
Okay.
And we had to get gas on the way out of town. And the American Sign Museum is crazy, bro. They got like all these signs, like the original McDonald's and all of these neon signs from like all of these eras, And we did a wedding out there. And then we get to the gas station. And it was in the hood. I'm getting ready to jump out. And I see all these dudes like cinch up a little bit. It was funny, man. It was funny. I mean, Chicago, dog. I saw a lot in Chicago as a kid.
We did a residency at Cedar Point one summer, Matt and I, with a band, and I remember we left the amusement park one time. We went to a gas station just to get beer for the hotel one time, and I remember getting in there, looking around. The biggest jack dude cuts right in front of Matt in line, and he looks back at me. I just go, just like let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here.
Right. Yeah.
So when you go to Pittsburgh, what's the spot that you prefer to play? Like
Pittsburgh, I prefer to play at Pittsburgh Winery.
Okay.
It's like my favorite spot in the city with some of my favorite people in the city.
Wineries are the best gig. I love them.
And I am performing there July 3rd, upstairs, and downstairs they have an amazing R&B singer named Sierra Sellers. She's a friend of mine. She's incredible. She is back from California for the weekend, and she's performing in the tasting room. Wait, is the tasting room downstairs? I don't remember. No, tasting room's upstairs, I think. Anyway, yeah, so that'll be a fun one, man. A night of, just vibes. So yeah, that's my favorite place. And then when I do the little, the tracks, background tracks boogie is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
That is at Del Frisco's.
Okay.
And then there's another place in the Westin Hotel. It's called Bill's Bar and Burger.
Okay.
So those are the two spots that I play in Pittsburgh often. Like I said, I do not really advertise those. I started out a little bit advertising them. One place is hella expensive. And then the other place is like, there's like a lot of people staying there. So, so anyway, it's like, it's cool. They're fun. But yeah, I get to do my thing at Pittsburgh Winery. So I like to perform there.
You say you go up to Buffalo too?
I do.
I went there at my bachelor party because I was like, I've been so many places in the United States. I'm never going to go up north to Buffalo unless, we do something like this. Yeah. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, Buffalo's a great place, man. Driving up there in the winter is not fun.
Oh, I bet.
And then, it's like, yeah, it's just a crazy drive. Last time I went up there, I found another spot to play other than this. I found a Saturday night spot because they only booked me there on Friday nights. So, and I had a Saturday open. So I car camped because it
Mm-hmm.
was graduation weekend. I got kicked out of my hotel reservation.
Yeah.
So I car camped and played this spot the next day that was close. So I play in Amherst, and then I played like a place, I think it's called Lancaster or something like that. So there's all these little, you know, suburbs around Buffalo. It's pretty spread out, but it's a cool place to play.
Before I let you go, I wanted to plug Bluesfest. That'd be your next
August 8th,
August 8th, yeah.
1 to 1:45 p.m. in the second stage, on the second stage. And if you need tickets, you can find the ticket link and you can get $10 off tickets. I think it's 10% off tickets.
Okay.
Or $10 off tickets. With the code Ezra26, EZRAH26.
And if there's a link to click on, I'll put it on the comment too. If you see the top comment.
Yeah, we can add a link.
And that's not solo, is it? Is that
No, that's going to be with the band.
with the band, same lineup in here?
Yep,
Oh,
same
man.
lineup in here. And
It was a killer lineup.
That will be the first public performance of that band.
Oh man. What's the guitar player's name?
Brian. Singer.
Oh man, I was watching a clip of him with Roger at CA House. I was like, you have to listen to this PRS, and we were watching. It's so good.
Boy's fire, man.
Yeah, and
He's
just
one of my favorite guitar players.
and just like we were talking about, like how no takes the same. The solos were completely different every time he went on. Yeah.
Yeah, he will definitely be turning heads at the Bluesfest.
Yeah.
For sure. That's why I was like, I know exactly who I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Because he should be on a stage by himself, to be honest with you.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was funny. I mean, you'll be on stage now, so you don't have to worry about everybody's heads being on the same level, so you can actually stand. I remember we had to keep him seated for this. He's just so tall.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, I think we went way over the half-hour mark we originally intended. But that's all. That's all right.
Fine. Clip it up, baby.
Clip it up. Yeah. Ezra Hamilton, thank you for coming in, sir. Bluesfest coming up. Look at the top comment. We'll have the link that you get like about $10 off, 10% off the ticket. Catch him at Bluesfest, and your website.
EzraHamiltonMusic.com. It will be up and live with my archive very soon.
Archive, new content coming out. We're excited to drop. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great stuff coming. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.